Welcome to the Schools of Excellence podcast, where we transform everyday leadership struggles into powerful legacies that impact generations. I'm your host, Chanie, a 20-year veteran of school leadership who has helped hundreds of school leaders achieve what many thought was impossible through our signature programs, School Leadership HQ and Enrollment Engine. With our battle-tested frameworks and blueprints, leaders have achieved 90% parent retention, 50% less staff turnover, 15% improved profit margins, and increased enrollment by 25%. My mission is simple: to revolutionize school leadership by elevating the skills, the habits, and mindset of passionate leaders ready to create lasting change. Join me as we build your legacy of excellence, one transformative conversation at a time. Welcome back to the Schools of Excellence podcast. Happy to be back here with you all. So this episode is, I kind of wrote the chapter on this first. So for my book, This Can't Be Normal. But when I started writing This Can't Be Normal, I opened with a truth that I've been carrying for decades. And that is that leadership is heavy in ways that no one talks about. Okay, so we expect long hours, we expect the pressure from enrollment, from budget cuts, from staff turnover, but no one really names the invisible weight of leadership, which is the weight of everyone else's emotions and expectations that quietly sit on your shoulders all the time. And the crazy part is, like, if even just zoom out for a second, like, I have a client who's in remission from cancer right now. And she told me, she's like, listen, Chanie, like, my body broke down before my school ever did. And she's like, it wasn't the spreadsheets or the late nights. It was holding everyone else's fear, everyone else's disappointments, everyone else's problems as if they were mine to fix. And the body keeps score. The body keeps score. These are not abstract stories. And they are reminders that your body keeps score when you keep carrying what isn't yours to hold. And so I want to talk about here a little bit of visible weight, a little bit about really redefining just my definition of burnout, okay? Because what's being sold out there is a very shallow definition, where a lot of people believe that burnout means I'm working too hard, or it's just a busy season, or the economy is bad, or free pre-K came to town. Burnout is not external circumstances. Burnout is what happens when you become the system. Burnout is you are holding what isn't yours to hold. And so it's not that you're weak or you're bad at time management. You are exhausted because you have become the weight bearer of everyone. And this is not a one-person job. You are not supposed to carry that kind of weight, right? And then the trap that so many leaders get stuck in, and this is what I talk about in chapter 2 of my book, The False Promise of Systems, where leaders believe that if they create systems, they will have relief. But in reality, you are the system. You are the steady presence that staff rely on. You are the one voice that parents demand. You are the one filter every decision must pass through. And that is not leadership. That is not normal. And it is unsustainable architecture. And this is why my book is all about rhythms, right? Rhythms distribute the weight, right? They tether you and keep you anchored when fog rolls in, when things shake the ground, when everything starts to come at you and all the pressure comes in. So many people are like, these are my values, these are my standards, this is this, this is this. I'm like, my dear, all of those things are amazing for calm days. I want to know who you are under pressure, because that's what excellence is. Who are you under pressure? Who are you when the pressure arrives? Because the pressure is always coming. We live in this constant illusion that calm is coming and then calm stays. Calm doesn't stay. Calm is a season. Just like the storms don't stay. Storming is a season. But you believe that you should build your entire school around the calm seasons. And then the storms are just like, whatever, that wasn't my fault that the storm came. So, like, everyone should just forgive me that I haven't shown up because, the storm came. And it's like, excuse me, are you an all seasons leader? Or are you a leader that only shows up in calm? Because a leader who always shows up in calm is not a leader. It's very easy to show up in calm. Anyone can show up in calm. My 5-year-old can show up in calm. That's not leadership. Leadership is, who are you when the pressure knocks? Hey, school owners, I see you. You've built a team, you've trusted others with the work, and somehow it still feels like everything lands on your shoulders. And that weight is exhausting. What if you could stop carrying it all alone? What if you can finally see exactly where your leadership is getting stuck and what to do next? That's where the strategic leadership scorecard was made for. In just 2 minutes, it will give you a clear diagnosis in one of the core areas of leading a school: enrollment, financial health, staff culture, or parent engagement. You'll get practical steps and trusted resources to help you lighten your load and unlock real ownership in your team to be able to lead with confidence. You deserve this level of steadiness. So take the scorecard now so you can lead with clarity and know that your school runs on shared ownership, real standards, and rhythms of accountability. Because the pressure is always knocking. The pressure is unrelentless. It's always coming for you. This is why the fix it fast advice doesn't hold. You don't solve burnout or invisible weight by taking a vacation. Trust me, I took lots of vacations. I actually took a vacation every 90 days for 3 days by myself where I had no responsibility and nobody called me. Okay. And I still came back exhausted. Okay. And if you think, well, I'm different and I just need to go away for 3 days and everything's going to be fine, you're lying to yourself. Okay. Vacations are lovely. I love vacations. They do not re-engineer the weight that you're carrying. If you do not understand that you must choose a different way to leave, your burnout will be back 3 weeks later. And here is the cruel irony of the invisible weight and of burnout. Burnout does not go after the mediocre. Burnout does not chase the lazy or the half invested. Burnout preys on the strong, on the capable, on the leader who can juggle 12 priorities at once and is struggling with debilitating grief, and then she still smiles at pickup. Burnout comes for the leader who is endlessly dependable, who is capable, the one who everyone thinks, I don't know how you do it. You're just amazing. But no one really supports them because the invisible labor that you carry does not show up on a payroll spreadsheet and it doesn't get written into a job description. It's remembering every parent's story and adjusting your tone accordingly while you're talking to them. It's noticing the teacher who's quietly unraveling before she even said a word. It's anticipating a board member's pushback before the meeting even began. It's editing your own emotions and experience so God forbid no one else should feel uncomfortable, right? You're the only one that should absorb discomfort. God forbid should anyone else on this team be uncomfortable. Whew, goodness gracious, everyone has to, this is a beach. That's emotional labor. Burnout doesn't attack weakness. It preys on competence. It comes after the leader who can carry what everyone else drops, who absorbs what everyone else projects, who performs strength while suffocating in the inside. And that's why it feels so crushing. And that's why it feels so unfair. Because the qualities that make you incredible are the same ones that make you vulnerable. And so if you're listening and you're tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix, my dear, a nap ain't fixing it, a vacation ain't fixing it, a raise ain't fixing it, good ice cream ain't fixing it, you are carrying what was never yours to carry. And you do not need to get stronger. You need to be held. That is what rhythms do. They share the weight so you can live again and breathe again. And here's the good news, okay? If burnout can find you because you're extraordinary, then rhythms can hold you because you're extraordinary. Because the same brilliance that made you the one that everyone leans on is the same brilliance that can build something actually sustainable. Let that land for you. The way forward is not to disappear for a week. It is to know how to build rhythms that hold you steady so you can stop being the system and start creating infrastructure that distribute the weight. That's why I created my workshop on delegation isn't the finish line, ownership is. And you could go to schoolsofexcellence.com/delegation to sign up. Because real relief, it comes when leadership stops being a solo sport. And it's not just about hiring more people, okay? On this workshop, we rewrite what it means to lead because your body has to stop paying the price. Your brain has to stop paying the price. Your family deserves the best of you, not the scraps and crumbs and leftovers. And I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. I am talking to you, my dear, who is listening to this, who is gripping her steering wheel and saying, how does she know exactly what's going on in my world? Who's washing dishes right now and probably crying and saying, what in the world? Why am I dealing with this? Who's laying in bed and wondering, am I going to be up again at 3 o'clock in the morning? And what am I going to be stressed about? I see you. I see you. I really, really see you. Please join me for this workshop, schoolsofexcellence.com/delegation. It'll provide you with the relief and what it means to really feel witnessed. Thanks for joining me. If you are loving the Schools of Excellence podcast and have gotten any value out of it for your school, I would love if you can do 2 things for me. 1, subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. And 2, can you please leave us a review? Reviews help other school leaders know that this is the place to learn how to build a school of excellence. And I would be so grateful if you can do that for us. Your help and support makes this show to be able to be listened by the thousands of other school leaders all around the world. Thanks so much for listening, for giving us your time and attention each and every week. And I appreciate that you have joined us.